Hi guys, it's Melissa with Melissa Peterson Designs. Hope you're having a great Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. I have got a little project to do. I've been painting last week on my vacation time, and I got my bathroom mostly done, my living room done, and I wanted to add a little sign. I think it was last Monday I did some stamping on one of these wood canvases, and Kelly Peacock had a great idea about turning this inside out, turning it backwards, and actually painting in here and then leaving this part as a frame. So that's what I'm planning on doing today. Sorry. So I made up a stencil last night I put together. Hello Sweet Cheeks is going to go in my bathroom, and I ended up putting a file together and putting it in the MPD library. So if you want access to the MPD library, all you have to do is just sign up on my website, melissapetersondesigns.com, and ask to join the MPD library by just submitting your email. That's all it is. And then you will get the password to the free library. And that will be in there, plus a bunch of other stuff and tutorials. April, the Gifty Challenge is still going on. I'm on the right side. And I've been adding stuff to this kind of like every live or if I see something. So basically you need to like my page, Melissa Peterson Designs, and you need to join my new community group. And then you need to share one of the videos that I do in this during this April challenge, and then you need to share something in the free group. So basically I've added the Never-Ending Story transfer. I've added one sheet plus a stick, so you can work that into a project you're working on. I have added the welcome sign from Hobby Lobby, and I have a couple of chalkboard gift tags. And I threw in some embellishments, some wood keys, some buttons that I used in my last project. I did the painted books. And this time I'm going to add, basically, I'm going to cut two of these so that way you have a backup, and I'm going to add the designs to this package. So like my page, join my free group, share one of the videos during this time period, and then also share something in the group, and then let me know that you did, so I can make sure and get your name in the jar for the drawing on April 27th. So that is that for this time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I was thinking about using the typical black and white. I usually, when I do these my signs, I don't usually do the frames first. Hey Kelly. Yes, for my new bathroom. Hello, Sweet Cheeks. Daniela was throwing all kinds of ideas at me. It was funny. So, and some little not PG-13. So I wanted to stick with this. So I'm going to use your idea and do it on the inside. So, but I was going to do like the typical colors, the black, white, and I decided to change it up. Besides, I have some paint I need to use up. Let me see. I'm going to start with gray, Hurricane Gray. But I'm going to embellish with Midnight Sky, and I technically have got fluff and cotton ordered because what I have, it's getting down low. So I'm going to try Dixie Belle's Lemonade, which is a really pale yellow. So I'm going to do the black and the blue and the yellow. So, and then I thought I'd play around because, was it Friday? I used that Hobby Lobby ink stamp on my books and did the white script. Well, I also have this one. It's Buffalo Plaid. I'm gonna see. Oh, I didn't bring my stuff. I can't use this. I'm sorry. I would have to go and get my supplies, and I don't have it. So I was gonna try and use this maybe in like in the blue and just kind of do that in the background before I did my stenciling. So I'll have to think about that later. That did not work out. So okay, let me get started painting. I've got my heat gun too. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. It was really nice, relaxing with the family. And Dalton got the four-wheeler out and just went outside and did some four-wheeling, came back all muddy. So we live out by the Cottonwood Pits, and I guess it was pretty muddy out there because we've had some rain off and on this past week. So it was pretty funny when they came back and they had mud all over their faces and clothes. So, what are you guys doing to stay busy? I got my dresser done this weekend. So later when I get done with this project, I'm going to set up in my living room and start taking pictures of it. So, and see how that looks with the lighting. Kelly, finished laying my oak floors and did yard work. Yes, it was nice getting outside. My husband, technically that honeydew list wasn't all for me. So he's a master of lists. So you can't blame me for that one. And one of the ones I'd put on there was a fireplace mantle, because we have really nice baseboards, but they're 9 inches tall, and we're not cutting into them. So he didn't help me. I helped him cut the back of it. I ended up, so we can make room so we can fit it over the baseboards once we're ready to put that up. So I basically just stood and supervised and held onto the mantle as he's using the jigsaw, and I don't know what else he used, reciprocating saw. I think that's what it's called. So I'm just painting Hurricane Gray. I've got my heat gun so we don't have to sit and watch paint dry forever. And I've got my stencil, which I'm going to add the stencil I use to the package. Getting ready for Jerry's live Wednesday. Jerry's live. What's going on Wednesday? Am I missing something? Whoops. What's going on Wednesday, Katie? That's curious. I want to know. Or should I know? Jerry's dresser. I gotta see this. So I'm just painting the whole thing in gray. Later on when I get done and this is all dry, I'll do the back side too, just in case, because I like doing the back side of my signs. Gotta get the sides really good. Hopefully this will be a shelf sitter. If not, then I'll put a sawtooth hanger, and I'll let you guys know how that works out, because I just want this to sit on my shelf. Oh, doing a live with Tracy. Oh, I gotta check that out. How did I miss that? Is that the painting with their paint buddies? Was that postponed or something? Oh, I am so out of the loop. I'll have to, what time is that so I can put my timer on? Thanks for letting me know, Katie. Okay, so I'm just smoothing out the paint areas. I'm kind of doing a rough job. I'm not trying to, but I'm going for coverage. When I do the Midnight Sky, I'm going to try and do a chippy look is what I'm trying to do. Painting, okay, at 7, perfect. I'll go see their page and see for sure what's going on there. Maybe I can set my timer there. That will work out perfect. Okay, so 1 coat, I'm good with that. I just gotta let that dry. So I'll get my heat gun going here. And that was Hurricane Gray, and that's on a wood canvas. I think I saw online that these are on sale this week. So if you want to, I think you can still order them, even though technically the stores are closed. Okay. You know, one of these days I'm going to get paint all over my shirt. I should be wearing my apron. One of these days. Yes, I love that gray too. It's going to be kind of like a background, so we'll see. I'm going to pair it with Dixie Belle's Lemonade, and I'm also going to do some embellishments with Midnight Sky. I need to get this paint used up. And I love blue and yellow, so... And technically, you could probably tape that off and actually, you know, do some staining or use the Voodoo Gel stain, but I'm not doing that. I don't have the patience for that right now. Maybe if I was doing it on my time. So, but yeah, I got my dresser done. We're going to take pictures a day, so I'm going to have to do some more rearranging in that room again. I've got my vanity painted, and Merrill actually liked it. He did not comment on it all week. And he normally notices things right off. He didn't say a word until he saw my Doris sitting here. We're sitting here eating lunch yesterday. And, hi Jean. And he's like, so what you waiting on these doors for? And I'm like, well, I ran out of spray paint. The handles was that yucky wood with the gold. It's like 20 years old. So I am spray painting them oil red bronze. Hi Kathy, how you doing, dear? You and Steve staying good? There we go. So basically this is a wood canvas I'd gotten from Hobby Lobby. Oh, the sides are still wet. So, and normally I do use this side, the back side, for my stuff, and that's what I used a couple weeks ago with my bumblebee stamps. And then Kelly mentioned using the inside, and that would be an automatic frame. Great idea. So I measured, and I've got a design I made up in the in my silhouette program, and I actually put a file together, and it's in my library, melissapetersondesigns.com. So if you join the group, you can get this design for free, and any of the other designs that are in there. So I'm just cutting this down a little bit because I want that to fit in there really good, and I'm just following along the lines on my contact paper. Make sure it fits, and this side's a little bit too big. I wonder if that would work. I usually make a border around my designs to keep things centered, and I measured with the plastic still on, so I knew it was going to be an issue with being a little bit too big. So I'm just cutting a little bit off on each side. So that's going to be my stencil. I'm going to use contact paper. Okay, and the contact paper I like is this marble contact paper, and it comes in a roll. Usually it's 18 to 20 inches wide, and it's 15 inches long at Walmart, and I cut it down to what I need. So for a project like this, it fits within 12 inches, and that's what Silhouette cuts up to. So I'll cut like a 13-inch wide strip and then feed it into my Silhouette like that. So that way I save on the rolls. And I'll show you on my computer how I'd set that up. I'm kind of rambling here, but I wanted to make sure to mention that. There we go. So basically this is my design. I don't know if you can see that very well. And I actually have two there, and that gray area actually represents my contact paper. And the two designs there with the borders actually represents the two different signs. So then I send it over to the design thing, and I have my strip cut, and then I go ahead and hit send. So that's what my Silhouette program looks like. Hi Tara. Hi Suzanne. So I have an extra design for somebody else, whoever wins this April challenge. So now I'm going to use clear contact paper as my transfer tape, because I'm not going to sit here and mess with each little individual letter. So basically I reuse this over and over again. So, and this is kind of like the perfect tackiness right now. I'll put it right over. Got my favorite squeegee, but since this is so much bigger and I'm working with a border, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down so that way it doesn't cause me a bunch of headaches. Normally I don't do this, but since I have the border on here, I'm going to. So when I get done with this, I'll save this little piece and reuse it, but for my big piece, I'll have to prime a new piece. Hang on. I think I lost my scissors, my bad scissors. I can't blame my mom because she hasn't been out here since all this has started. So we'll cut that down to fit inside there. So I hope you guys are having a great week. Suzanne, are you making any more videos today? I've been watching for them. Suzanne's a third grade teacher here in Albee, and she's been making these cute videos with filters. There we go. Okay, save that. So now I have my transfer tape, and underneath there is the actual stencil, and then I've got the backing. So I'm going to remove the backing on here. Come on. And if any of the letters comes up, just push back the backing down and just keep trying it again. Just pull it slowly. So there's my stencil. And then I'll just lay it in here. Use your squeegee and push it down. And this is going to be the fun part, getting that thing back up. Hi, Gina. Okay, and then slowly pull up your stencil. And if it pulls up the contact paper below it, just go ahead and push it back down. I like using my squeegee to hold the stencil down, or the contact paper. And I'm making the sign for my bathroom that I just painted last week. And then just slowly pull. And like my little letters inside there from Sweet Cheeks is pulling up, so I just push it back down and just keep working it. There we go. Okay, then I'll save that for later. So push down any areas that looks like it might have bubbled up. Carefully squeegee over it. And then there's my stencil. So, and normally, what I was going to do, experiment with the stamp with paint and do black on there for the background, but I forgot to get the supplies for that. And if I had done that and I didn't have a solid background, I'd be using Mod Podge to seal or burnish the edges. But since I've got a solid gray background, I'm going to burnish with gray. Maybe, if it'll let me. There we go. And I'm using Hurricane Gray, and yes, I about dipped the wrong end. So I just basically paint right over the stencil the background color. And you're just basically getting the edges in there so that way there's any areas that have bubbled up, that'll help protect it when you get ready to do your top layer. And if it does, the paint does bleed underneath, there's a way to fix that. So it's not the end of the world. And I got a little area there that's bubbled up. So I'm using gray. I'm going to use my Midnight Blue, which is kind of like a really deep blue black. There's one more area that's bubbled up, so I might have to go back and fix that later. So when you're doing that, you're just kind of looking for areas that are bubbling up. And so basically that's how you burnish the stencil onto your background. Okay. It won't take very long to dry, but I'll go ahead and put the heat thing over it really quick. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It was nice having the sun out. Okay. So now I'm going to use Dixie Belle's Lemonade, and you can either use, this is a horrible shape, but you can either use one of these pouncers or one of the stencil brushes. It doesn't matter. But for this area with the small area, I'll probably stick to the small brush since I'm going up close to the border. And a lot of times I just paint right out of the jar lid, but this one's not going to work. So, and you just basically pounce the paint on. And a lot of times when I do these, I'll wait till the paint dries. But like when we get into our humid weather, I better be careful, I'm flinging paint. When we get into the humid weather, sometimes that paint will pull up, so you have to either wait till it dries really good or you need to pull it when it's still kind of wet. And either way, you just pull slowly. So this sign is going to go into my bathroom. Hello, Sweet Cheeks. And if I have any areas that bleed, I'll kind of show you how I fix that. Hi, Mark. How you doing? How's Lori? Yeah, I'll probably have some areas to fix. Let me double check. I think we got her. So I used Dixie Belle's Lemonade on a gray background. And I did get some paint on here. I'm flinging paint. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pull it wet, so I'll go slowly. Be careful not to let the stencil fall back onto your design. And I use a dental pick for my stuff, for my weighting. I think I missed an area painting. I don't know, we'll see. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm concentrating. Yeah, I got a couple of areas I gotta clean up. And I did miss an area. Gosh darn it. What the heck did I do there? Okay. This will be interesting. So I have a couple of areas I gotta clean up. So I've got that area that kind of bubbled through. My S, I didn't weight completely, but I can still fix that. I can actually use another part of the stencil and like recut it. And then once this is dry, I can actually place it back over there and paint it again. So that's okay. I can fix that later. So just because you make a mistake doesn't mean it's the end of the world. And I usually use baby wipes and like a putty spatula, but I don't have it with me. So basically I just wrap it on the end and then just go back over and just kind of wipe along the side to clean up a little bit and just get a new area and just keep cleaning until it comes out clean. So that does happen, but it's not the end of the world. And I got paint on my fingers, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna make it a bigger mess. There we go. Come on. So basically I just rub along the sides and just keep doing that. It's still a little smudged, but when I get done here, I'll actually grab my putty spatula and get in there and do it when it's dry. So that's the beginning of my thing, and then I'll have to go back and fix the bottom of that S. Sweet cheeks, yeah, because the bottom of the sweet cheeks wasn't pulled right. That was my fault. So there's that part. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a little embellishing with this, with the midnight sky around the frame. Shake my midnight sky up really good. I'm going to kind of give it a chippy look. I've done them on my coordinates frames. And this can get a little messy too. So I'm going to just use a cheap chippy brush, just like that, and just basically randomly go around the edges. And then when this dries, we're going to go back and do some wet distressing. And you can use any colors you want. If you want to go back and do yellow like I did here, you can use that. But it just kind of gives your frame a little bit of character. Just be careful not to get on the background of the sign. And watch your fingers, if you got paint on your fingers. And you can add as much paint as you want or as little paint as you want. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dry that again. Just a little bit. There we go. And you can grab a lint-free towel or a baby wipe and just basically wipe off areas where you don't want it. So I'll just go back over the edges a little bit and just wipe back a little bit so the gray shows through. And we're just wet distressing. I'm just going along the corners, all I'm doing. So basically that's how I do like my chippy look. Just like that. Just something a little bit different. So I'll just go back, and we're going to have to go back and recut the S on the end of Sweet Cheeks. Once this is good and dry, I'll lay it back over and then paint the bottom part of the S. And that way I've got my new sign for my bathroom. Hello, Sweet Cheeks. Done in Hurricane Gray, Lemonade. I did little embellishments of Midnight Sky. I might go back and do more. I don't know. I got a little wood showing through, which is okay. So that's kind of like a chippy look on how I do it. So hope you like this. Let me know if you have any questions. And I still have the April Gifty Challenge going. So if you want to join in, I'd be happy to add your name to the jar. Like my page, join my free group. Share one of the videos from this month, and share something in the free group. Something that you like to do hobby-wise, honey-do list-wise. So there's my bathroom sign, almost done. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you on Friday. And I hope to talk to you later. Bye.